And howdy folks, this is June the 3rd. If you watched my previous one, I told you about the end of the world. Going to be a nice sunny day, everybody's out and about, looking at the cell phone, eating lunch. It'll be about 11:35 and then, boop, a lot of you will be dropping dead. Okay, this is for Prepping with Sarge. Now, he did a video, a question for 5 firearms for SHTF. I did a video response. Now, I tell a lot of people there's a lot of prepping channels or survival channels or shooting channels that are using AI format, which it's pretty good, fairly easy to use, but you can't do it on phone and you need a laptop. Get that through your little head and not an iPad. Okay? C22 Magnum. It's been called the secret prepper ammo for years. If you know what I'm talking about, then you understand why. It is a AI survival gear showcase. Okay, it's very good. It's in the post. Go back to my post. I tell everybody look at all my posts and check it out. Alright? Now, check out Prepping with Sarge. He did a good video on his choices of firearms. Alright? I tell a lot of people those are very good choices for a person who never shot a person. Okay, there's a big difference when you kill somebody in cold blood in a fight or in the service. It's a lot different. Plus, a lot of people don't expect, except for Wayne and I think Steve, of course, they're trainers. You don't expect the person, like in the video games, to fall over. No, it takes them like 5 to 10 minutes to bleed out. That's why Uncle Alan's old school. Everybody say, oh, you have a 10-inch machete. I don't think so. Alright? It's like a lot of people don't understand combat. Alright? It takes time to die. They'll cry for their mother, they'll cry for anybody to stop it, go away. When you have to chop off their head or arm or run it through their chest a couple of times, then you understand and watch them bleed out. Okay? So go check out Prepping with Sarge's video. It should be on my postings. I do a lot of postings. I just got to catch up. Now, I had a group of students this morning. I had church, and I taught a few people that meet me at the church, and I had my friend Bob come by, Robert. He has a bigger gun collection and a nice one, and we get to use his Kel-Tec 22 Magnums. We did the carbine and the pistol. They both take the same magazines. That's 30 rounds. Now, if you're in my discussion group at David Lynn's Prepper Principal channel, there's Barbara of Little Lone Prepper asked a question for a firearm. And that put me to think, and I had to go through all my notes, big pile of notes, to find out what's a perfect weapon for an 80-year-old lady with, for self-defense. Because I don't think she's going to handle a 24-inch machete. Okay, I could do it. I could slice watermelon with this, but I don't think she wants to be handling one of these. Or a spear. That's my other project I'm waiting to come in. Because people say, I can't afford a spear, Uncle Al. I just ordered one off of Amazon. And they're all looking at me, my 10 students this morning, look, with their mouths open. Okay? Uncle Alan's old, tired, and grouchy. I'm not ranting. I'm just explaining it to you with comedy, a little education, a little humor. Okay? There's no such thing as can't, or I can't do this. You could do it. Shut up. Stop complaining. Okay? There's whole live streams. All they do is complain and bitch, but do they do any work? Do they go out to the public? Do they do something? No, they just sit at home, rant and bitch, and get another 40 or 50 pounds on them. Okay? Uncom's been busy. I'm trying to lose weight. If you watch my shorts, yeah, I eat a lot of vegan food and I drink a lot of fruit juices or green juice. And I eat a lot of fruit salad. Now you look at all the other fat preppers, really fat, okay? They have a weight issue. I used to have a weight issue. I used to weigh 270. And then I had 2 strokes and a TAI event. That changed everything, so I wanted a health kick and I stopped that. Now, like I told a lot of people, go check out Prepping with Sarge, his video on his 5 choices of firearms for SHTF, when things go sideways, if you have an urban riot and stuff like that. But I also have to think of people. And a lot of students in my group this morning, the 10 students, because Robert had everything set out at the range, and we went there. I have another person drive because Uncom's old and I use a walker. And I explained, everybody put in hearing aids and stuff. Everybody shot a Beretta 92. And they looked at it. And some persons were twitching. I always tell people, do not bring cell phones, smartphones, video recorders to the dojo or the firing range. I put my foot down. Unless you want to buy a new cell phone, because I'll be smashing them. I don't care. They need to be pounded. For 2 reasons. It distracts you and you don't know what the hell you're doing. I don't want that one incident, the guy almost shot off you know what, almost became a eunuch. Alright? Now, why the Kel-Tec? Because the Kel-Tec pistol came out, I think 15 years ago roughly, and it had a 30-shot round. Now, it's 22 Magnum. It's a lot lighter and a lot cheaper, and most people don't think it is an assault weapon. They think it is a squirrel gun round. Alright? If you load the right ammo for it, there's several, it's not that expensive. Like I said, a little lone prepper can carry 120 rounds and doesn't weigh that much. Alright? Fairly simple, fairly easy. Alright? 30 rounds in a pistol, 30 rounds in the carbine. Okay, it limited recoil. Yes, it's a little louder than a 22, but it touches somebody. Reach out and touch somebody. And we're talking about generally soft targets. It's fine. 2-legged, 4-legged, not a problem. However, it is not designed for actual combat. I keep telling this to people, they all look at me dumbfounded. But that's okay. That's why I teach them. And they're amazed they could shoot better with the 22 Magnum instead of the Beretta 9mm. Why? It doesn't kick that hard. And with the proper grip and proper training, they all made 100 hits. That's not a problem. With the Beretta 92, it's like, God, they're going to need 6 months training just to shoot a 9mm. 22 is fairly easy. 22 Magnum, easier. Okay? So I explained them why it's a survival weapon. Primary purpose, for small game hunting. Secondary purpose, self-defense. So you imagine some guy came into your house with a butcher knife or a ghost face or whatever, and you open fire on his dumb butt with 30 rounds of 22 mag, like that lady in Georgia. Somebody came through her window with 3 of her drunken buddies, and she says, stop. Well, you can see it on the recording. It's been floating around YouTube for a long time. And the news lady, 3 drunken guys with knives came through her window because she opens the window to let cool air in. And she opened fire on them, emptied the clip, and she was reloading for the second clip. 2 of them died on the spot. The third hopped out and ran down the street. And by the time the cops get there and get an ambulance and everything, he had 15 22 Magnum slugs in him, 3 in critical areas, and he died while getting into the ambulance. Alright? So think about it. I know this is a little bit long, but like I said, it's 2025 reality shock time. God bless and good luck. You'll be needing it. Bye now. Here's that button.